All right, everybody, how's it going today? This is Ben Lapointe. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to bowl on a house shot, tips and tricks to score better. Stay tuned. Alrighty, what is a house shot? It's your typical league conditions, tends to be a little bit more forgiving inside and out. You can miss a little right and you trust it's going to recover, and you can miss a little inside and you trust it's going to hold. And house shots are very underrated when it comes to how to play them. A lot of people think they're the easiest thing on planet Earth. You don't need a strategy, but house shots are different everywhere. House shots get the best of a lot of people, and this video is going to be kind of a base guide on how to not let that happen. We're going to be breaking the video down into a couple different sections. The first is going to be strategy, where I kind of like to stand on the lane, what I've done in different centers, what I've done in my home center, Marsa Bowl. Second part of the video is going to be more bowling ball related, what I like to throw, what I find is good for getting the ball through the pins the right way on a house shot. And then the third part of the video is going to be a little bit more advanced for some people. It's going to be more surface adjustments, layouts, stuff to get the ball making the perfect motion down lane to get the ball through the pins. Because at the end of the day, house shots, leagues, everyone wants to strike. It's not one of those get 9 and make your spares kind of patterns. Obviously, still important, but people like to strike on a house shot. People do a lot of striking on a house shot. So this video is going to be a guide on how to do that. So let's get right into it. We're going to get into the first part of the video, which again is strategy. Let's get to that. Follow it up with some bowling balls, follow it up with some layouts and stuff. Stay tuned. Alrighty, short and sweet, because really there's no bad way to attack a house shot when it comes to strategy wise. Everybody throws the ball different. Low rev rates, high rev rates. Obviously lower rev rates are going to be standing a little further to the right. Higher rev rates are going to be getting into the left. But a typical baseline, I like to say you want to stay inside a 10 board, just because the gutter wants to hook so much because there's no oil out there. That's why you get so much bank off of it when you throw it to the right. Me personally, I like to start in around 10. We'll get into more bowling ball related things in the next section. I'm going to throw a few shots for you guys on our house shot. But I typically like to be around 10 board at the break point when I start, which puts my feet around 20. But as I migrate in throughout the league day, that might change. Still keep the break point around 10 board, 8 board, something like that. But my feet are going to get in a little bit more, 25, 30. And that's just, I have a little bit of a higher rev rate, but everybody's different. I just think 10 board, 8 board, something like that is probably a good baseline break point on a house shot. Again, everywhere's different, but it's a good idea. It's a good first impression of a house shot walking into any center. Alrighty, let's get into some bowling balls now. I bring 6 balls to league. Obviously, everybody's different. People have 1 bowling ball. People have a million bowling balls. But at the end of the day, I bring 6. I think 3 to 6 is a good number for a league. It gives you some options. If you haven't seen my How to Build an Arsenal video, go have a look at that, because it's a really good baseline to bring anywhere, but especially leagues. I typically like to start with more benchmark stuff like Exponent or a Phase 2 or a Summit, and then kind of work my way down from there. I don't work my way up too much, but we'll talk about why you may need to work your way up a little bit here in a minute. But I typically like to start with an Exponent or a Phase 2, something of the sort. But if I find it's a little too smooth, like you may with those earlier balls on a house shot, that's why I throw something a little shinier and smoother in my bag. So I've been throwing a lot of the Virtual Energy Blackout, the new release from Storm. By the way, get your September 22nd. It's amazing. If you haven't seen the video for that, definitely go watch it. I typically like to throw the shinier stuff. So I've thrown pretty big sets with the IQ Tour Ruby, Virtual Energy Blackout, stuff like that. And I've really liked the original Zen on our house shot in the past. But again, house shots there's a lot of forgiveness, and that means there's also a lot of different ways you can go about throwing different bowling balls on a house shot. So I like to throw shinier stuff. I've seen dull stuff look really good, But at the end of the day, you want to get your ball going through the pins with a little bit more of an angle, just so you can make sure you get corner pins out and stuff like that. Obviously, then you put in the risk of 9 pinning, but that's thinking way too much into things. You're just trying to hit the pocket consistently, and finding a spot on the lane and finding a ball that works there is going to be your key to success on any shot, but especially a house shot when you have more forgiveness. Let's get into throwing a few of these bowling balls. I set up my bag like this for the video, and for the start of the league season, I've got the Clone, Virtual Energy Blackout, I got an Exponent, I got IQ Tour Ruby and a Zen Gold label, obviously filling out the bottom of the bag with a plastic ball. So let's throw some shots. I'll move around the lane a little bit. I'll show you exactly what happens when you stand further to the right. The ball's going to go to the 7 pin, and then I'll get in a little bit and kind of show you what I do around here. So let's do that, and then we'll get into some more specifics of layouts and stuff. Alrighty, so as you can see, I didn't throw a whole lot of the upper part of my bag, which was the Clone. There's a reason for that. I typically only bring it to league to combat one thing, and that's wet, dry, or over under. Typically that means when you throw it to the left, it does want to hook, and when you throw it to the right, it doesn't. So you want to get something that's going to blend that out instead of having that violent motion down lane like you saw from the Blackout and the Ruby and the Gold label. But yeah, Exponent is also another good one for that, phase 2. It's just something that's going to get to the spot and smooth off of it instead of wanting to make a hard turn left. I wish I had some over under out there. I would show you, because honestly, it's great to know. That's why I bring that ball with me, is just to see how it blends off the end of things instead of wanting to go left. So that's just a little tidbit there that I wish I knew a couple years ago, that I wish I had information on, because when you go into a new center and you have all these big flipping balls that want to go left immediately, and you just don't expect not being able to miss. And when you have a ball like the Clone or the Exponent, even like I said, getting into a phase 2, you're able to miss, and you're able to have that forgiveness again. So that's why I put that spot in the bag. Let's get into a little bit more of the third section here, which is the more advanced section when talking about layouts and surfaces. Let's get right into that. Alrighty, last but not least, we're going to be talking about more specifics like layouts and surfaces. Make it short and sweet, because there's not a whole lot you need to know. It's just you want to stick away from duller surfaces unless you're going for wet, dry combat and stuff like that. It's a little different. You may want something a little earlier. You make it a little duller, it'll smooth it out. But typically you want shiny surfaces, 3000, stuff like that. Layout wise, you want longer pins, 4.5, 5 inches. I go with 5 1/4. You also want shorter pin buffers, 2-inch pin buffers, 3-inch pin buffers. I do have a video on laying out a bowling ball, so definitely go check that out. It's great to know. But typically, shinier bowling balls, longer pin distances, shorter buffers. Pretty easy way of explaining things. I'll probably do a video more in depth on how to change surfaces, how to manipulate your ball reaction from ball to ball. But for now, it's pretty basic understanding of a more advanced topic. Obviously, at the end of the day, people are just looking to get to the pocket, and hopefully the rest of this video has helped to get you there, because everybody wants to throw more strikes. I want to see people throw more strikes. That just about wraps up the video, however. So like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate everybody. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't seen my giveaway post on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, go check that out, because I'm giving away one Storm Rotor Grip or 900 Global bowling ball, and I'm really looking forward to that. So let's get to 1,000. Thanks again, everybody. We'll be back very soon with another video. Have a good one. Thank you very much. See you later.